This offseason, we had a lot of big moves. We had a lot of superstars get moved around. Dexter Lawrence got traded. Myles Garrett got traded for Jared Verse, two elite edge rushers. In my opinion, though, I think I'd rather have the younger one over the one that just set the sack record. No, I'm lying. I'd rather have Myles Garrett definitely over Jared Verse. I'm tripping. But if the Rams don't win a Super Bowl, then I do think the Browns win the trade. Even though the Browns might not win the Super Bowl either, but they still got the younger player. That's what I'm trying to say basically. But today we got a tier list. We got the Buns team, garbage trash, the teams that have been trash for a long time, like the Raiders. But they might not be trash no more. They just got Mendoza, so who knows? Who knows now? We got the teams that's missing a couple pieces, like a QB or something. And then we got the mid teams, the teams that just been mid for a long time, like the Steelers. Let's see how they doing. I think that was a terrible decision to hire Mike McCarthy. I think they should have went after a younger coach. Um, they let Mike Tomlin left, and then they signed Mike McCarthy. I don't like that at all. And then we got the teams that I expect to make a playoff push, like the Cowboys, the Eagles, and then we got the Super Bowl contenders. Let's go. Starting off, I got the Jets. I like the fact that they retain Aaron Glenn. I think Aaron Glenn is a pretty good coach. But the thing is, like, I really didn't expect him to do much with Justin Fields last year. Now he got Geno Smith. I think Geno Smith, he's like the veteran quarterback, so he can help Aaron Glenn more than Justin Fields could have helped him. And Aaron Glenn is a defensive minded coach. That's why I think he kind of needs more of a veteran coach than a veteran quarterback than a younger quarterback like Justin Fields. They also traded for Minkah Fitzpatrick and Tavondre Sweat. I think them are two really good defensive players right there. Then they still got Garrett Wilson, and they drafted David Bailey. I really don't know who David Bailey is, but hey, I just know he's an edge rusher who put up 14 sacks in college, and he got drafted at the number 2 pick. So yeah, he must be pretty nice if he went number 2. But for the Jets though, they was not good last year. They haven't been good. I really don't think Geno Smith is going to get this team over the hump because he wasn't good last year with the Raiders. And I don't blame Pete Carroll. I kind of blame the roster around Pete Carroll and Geno Smith. Um, but I do think Geno Smith is going to have a better season than he did last year. I do think this defense is going to be really good. The defense was pretty nice last year. It's been nice the past couple of seasons actually. I'm going to put this team at QB or a few missing pieces. I think they do need a quarterback. Um, but I do not think Aaron Glenn is the problem. Like seriously, if this is gonna be his make or break season, like if he don't do nothing, if he don't make it to the playoffs or have like a 9-8 season or something like that, he's gonna get fired, and I really hate that for him because I really don't think he's the problem. I think it's the offense, and he's a defensive minded coach. But the thing is though, you're the head coach, so you got to make it work. But I don't think he's capable of making it work. Honestly, I don't think Geno Smith is capable of making it work either. By the way, this offensive line is pretty good, and like I said, they do got Garrett Wilson. So maybe I'm underestimating this team. Maybe I'm overhyping Aaron Glenn. But I do think if he don't do nothing this year, they're gonna fire him. Next up, we got the Bills. They finally got that receiver one in DJ Moore. I'm glad they let Gabe Davis go though. He was terrible. I actually thought he was pretty good. Even when people were saying that he was bad, I thought he was pretty good. But after like watching last season, like he was awful. Like I don't know. But I definitely got them Super Bowl contenders. They got Josh Allen. And then they just got Brian Daboll. I think Brian Daboll is a pretty good coach. Now he did have to get let go because John Harbaugh was taking his job, of course. Or he could have stepped down to OC, but I'm not sure. I don't know for real, but I like him and Josh Allen though. I think that's gonna work out pretty nice. Next up, we got the Patriots. I'm just gonna put them as Super Bowl contenders as well. They just made it to the Super Bowl, so They really shouldn't go any lower. And they just got Aaron Brown. I mean AJ Brown. Oh shoot, I'm bad with the names right now. They just got AJ Brown, receiver one right there. They still got Drake May. Still got the head coach. Super Bowl contenders for sure. We got the Dolphins. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm going ahead. I mean, I don't even know why I was raising that up. Buns, garbage, trash. I am glad that they let Tua go. I'm glad they let Tyreek Hill go. They're rebuilding now, which is something they really need to do. Tua was not it. Tua has always been hyped to me. Like besides his rookie season or his first season in the league, I don't even think he played his rookie season because of injuries. His first season that he was actually on the field, he was nice. But after that, like he's been awful. So I'm not sure why they really thought that they had a chance though with this roster. All they really had was Tyreek Hill. I mean, the O-line has always been bad. Bad, garbage, trash. Awful. Next up, we got the Ravens. If Lamar Jackson comes back healthy, this is definitely Super Bowl contender type team. But he hasn't even made it to the conference championship when he's been on the field. So I got to go with a playoff push team. I mean, we got to see if he's going to be 100%. Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to be 100%. Also, they did fire John Harbaugh. I just remembered that. I haven't been up to date with the NFL for real. But yeah, I just remembered that they let Harbaugh go. They fired him. And then they got that DC from the Chargers, if I'm correct. I think he's gonna be pretty nice with this team, honestly. After doing my research, I do remember that they got the DC from the Chargers, and I had did my research. I had made a whole video about it. Go look at it in my shorts. Hit the channel for it. But yeah, though, I think the Ravens are gonna be good as they usually are, but I don't think they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl, which is like the whole goal. That's what really matters. I don't know if they can make it to the Super Bowl though. And then we got the Bengals. The Bengals. I don't think they're really gonna do much. I mean, they did get Dexter Lawrence though. Dexter Lawrence is pretty good. Well, he's really good actually. I'm tripping. I feel like they're just gonna be mid, honestly. Like that's a hot take. I don't think Zach Taylor's a really good coach. Joe Burrow is a top 5 quarterback in the league, of course. But I mean they got Dexter Lawrence and then they really didn't get anybody else. They let the edge go. Like I said, I don't think Zach Taylor is a good coach. For real. I think he's a little overrated. And then like we seen last year, I don't think this offense can carry the team. Like we've seen with the Cowboys and the Bengals, the offense cannot carry the team. But the interior D lineman can carry the defense low key. Low key, that's a hot take too though. Not carry the defense, but like be very disruptive. More than an edge rusher can. Next up we got the Steelers. Yeah, they're no. Mike Tomlin left, like I said, and then they got Mike McCarthy. I don't like that. That was terrible. They still don't got a QB. They still don't got a QB. Like I don't know what's going on. The Browns, I don't know why that keeps popping up when I'm trying to move it. Maybe because I'm doing something. The Browns, though, I actually think the Browns got a chance to be better than they've been in most recent years. Because the roster isn't bad, like, if I'm being honest. It's just QB. They don't have a QB. I think the coaching staff is pretty decent. They just got a young Jared Verse, younger than Myles Garrett, even though they lost Myles Garrett. There's really no replacing him. But if you can get a younger edge rusher who's also really good and some picks, I think they got a really, really good deal for getting rid of Myles Garrett, who just had the sack record. I don't think Jared Verse is going to do that. But they got Jared Verse, a really, really young edge rusher, in picks. I mean, what else could you have got for Myles Garrett? Next up, we got the Titans. They did get a who was the head coach they just got? I kind of forgot. Got to do my research real quick. Robert Saleh. Okay, he's a defensive minded head coach. I do know that. I'm just gonna. I really don't see them doing much, honestly. We've seen Robert Saleh be a head coach with the Jets actually, and I remember that Jets team wasn't that terrible. It's kind of like how this team is, about where they are. I don't see them doing much for real. I do think Cam Ward is going to be pretty nice though. I think he's going to have a pretty nice career, but I don't think Robert Saleh is the right coach, honestly. Colts. I really don't think the Colts are that terrible either as a roster. But Anthony Richardson, he's always hurt. Oh, they did. I believe they didn't they let Daniel Jones walk or something? I kind of forgot. Also, this is going to be a really hot take, but I kind of don't think I'm gonna raise it up. Actually, I'm gonna raise it. QB are missing a couple missing pieces because the Colts team, like, they do got a really good roster, but I don't know if Danny Dimes is going to be back to how he was last year. And then I know Anthony Richardson, he's not going to do nothing. I do think they got a nice coaching staff though, if I'm being honest, because the way that they just bring Danny Dimes in, he was able to throw dimes. So, hey, I actually believe in CJ Stroud like a lot more than NFL analysts do. A lot of people are calling him like this is his make or break season. Now, to a certain extent, I do believe that, but I do think the Texans they're not gonna give up on him. Like, I think with this defense they can make a playoff push, even be Super Bowl champions. If I'm being honest, I like that team. I like it. The Jags. I actually think that some of last year it was a fluke, but I'm gonna go with the playoff push. I think they can build off of that season. Their head coach is really, really good. Like, I forgot his name, but I like him. I'm not even gonna lie. I like him. I think he's the reason that they were able to get to where they were last season. So yeah, I'm definitely going to playoff push for that one, for the Jags. The thing is though, I do believe in Trevor Lawrence and the head coach. But the thing is, can the rest of the team like step up and stay how they was last year? They stepped up last year and they was pretty good. Can they do it the same way this year? The Broncos. I'm gonna go with playoff push. I don't think they're contenders. Sean Payton being Sean Payton, he's gonna get this team to where they should be, which is the playoffs. But is the rest of the team gonna get them to the Super Bowl? That's what it's gonna come down to. Next up, we got the Raiders. I think the Raiders, buns, garbage, trash. I do like Mendoza though. Like, a lot of people are saying he might be a bust or something like that because he's coming from a bad conference in college, which is Indiana or something like that. But I don't really believe that. He was good in college. I understand the competition was a little bad, but if he can get a good team around him, he can make it. But for this season coming up though, I do think that team in general is going to be trash, buns, garbage. I'm not even gonna lie. I actually don't even like that they drafted Mendoza after they went to go get Ashton Genty. I think they should have traded back to get more assets and then drafted a O-lineman with the first round pick. Because you got Ashton Genty last year. It kind of doesn't make sense to get a quarterback. It doesn't make sense to get a quarterback, in my opinion. You got to get the O-line right. The Chiefs. I'm pretty sure Mahomes is going to be back. So yeah, you already know. If I'm being completely honest, though, I do think they're just playoff push. Like, I don't see them as contenders because they did get worse this offseason. Now that I think about it, they lost Trent McDuffie. They did draft that O lineman with the 31st pick, I believe. That was a steal. Chargers, though, I like Justin Herbert, but they've been mid for a long time. Like, I don't know. That they really didn't get too much better this offseason. So they're either gonna get worse this offseason, this season, or they're gonna stay the same. For real. Like, I'm not sure. Am I tripping, or like did they not sign anybody? Let me look real quick. Yeah, they really just extended the rest of the team, like Khalil Mack and Derwin Jones. And then they got Tyler Biash from the Commanders, which is a nice pickup, but yeah, they really didn't do much. They still haven't did much. Yeah. The Commanders, I really don't think they're gonna do much this season. I think the NFC East is not as wide open as it was last year. I think the Cowboys is back. I think the Eagles are always there with that team. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley with top 3 offensive line in the league. They're always there. And yeah, I just think that the Commanders, I see them being mid this season. I'm not even gonna lie. Next, we got the Cowboys. Now, I really see them as Super Bowl contenders. Some would say I'm tripping, but I'm not tripping though. They're definitely playoff push. But like I said, though, they will probably be Super Bowl contenders if I could trust the head coach. I like what the head coach did last season. The hurt defense. So the defense was bad. It was bad, not even hurt. The defense was terrible. So he showed that he showed what the offense could do. But now we got to see what the defense can do. If we had a trusted coach though, I would have them Super Bowl contenders with the best receiver duo in the league, a top 6 quarterback in the league, and Dak Prescott. I don't care what anybody say. If he's not at least top 10 quarterback in anybody's book, anybody's list or rankings or whatever, then that person don't know ball. Now we got the Eagles. I'm going to go ahead and put them playoff push. With that roster, even no A.J. Brown, that team is still loaded. They just lost the best receiver. But they just drafted probably the best receiver in the draft, and they still got Devontae Smith. So yeah, they're straight. The Giants, I actually really like the Giants. Like, they got John Harbaugh, Jackson Dart, and then that running back who just likes to smack motherfuckers. Like, I like that team, but I don't like that they let go Dexter Lawrence. Like, I really didn't like that at all. I would rather have Dexter Lawrence on my team than Brian Burns. And then they still got Malik Neighbors. I can't forget about that one. I'm gonna go with mid. I think they're gonna be mid. Honestly, like, but I really can't have all 4 of them like up this close. All NFC teams this close. I would probably drop the Commanders, if anything. But I'm gonna keep them up here because it's probably possible. It could be possible. The Lions, I'm sorry, but that championship window for y'all is over. It's over. I like how they re-signed Dan Campbell though, giving the fans hope. But that's over. The championship window is over. With the Browns, I see them making a playoff push. Caleb Wilson, he's like that. I didn't really believe the Caleb Williams hype. It's crazy because I didn't believe the Caleb Williams hype. But I kind of do believe the Fernando Mendoza hype to a certain extent. But after I seen Caleb Williams play, I believe the hype now though. It could be because he got all that talent around him and the one of the best offensive minded coaches in the league on his side. That's also why the Lions They don't got their window anymore because their offensive minded genius went to the Bears. So, hey, come on now. Once he left the Lions, the team he went to goes up. And then the Lions went down. That's how it works. I'm sorry. And Dan Campbell, he's not that offensive genius like that. Come on now. But yeah, though, the Bears, they made it to the wild card last year. I see them making it back, at least to the divisional round. Or did they make it to the divisional round last year? I kind of forgot. The Vikings, though, and yeah, I don't really see them doing much this year. Quarterback is Kyler Murray. I had to just go look that up because I low-key forgot who their quarterback was. I definitely don't see them doing much. Next up, we got the Packers. I see them doing something. I see them making it to the playoffs. I don't see them making it to the Super Bowl. And I actually think they're closer to mid, honestly, than playoff push. I think they're closer to mid. I think they can make it to the playoffs, but they're more like make it to the playoffs and lose first round or barely make it to the playoffs at all. But that's definitely a hot take right there. I'm not even gonna lie. I like the Saints. I really do. I think the Saints. I like the young core that they got. I think Kellen Moore, he's a good head coach. He's definitely a good offensive genius. I definitely believe that that's the reason that the Eagles aren't that good anymore, because they lost Kellen Moore. Bryce Young, dang. The Panthers and Bryce Young. I really don't believe the hype in Bryce Young. By far, like, if they don't, I mean, for sure, if he doesn't do anything this year, you gotta let him go. I would even try to trade him by the trade deadline. Before week 8, if you can. Try to get some draft capital back for him or something. I know that's rare, but if it's possible, then do it. The Buccaneers, no. Trash, garbage, buns. They've been mid for a long time. After you're mid for a long time, you usually get terrible. That's my hot take with them. The Rams, where else would I put them? Where else? The Cardinals, buns, garbage, trash, of course. Buns, garbage, trash. The Seahawks, I honestly would put them. I really don't think they're going to make it back to the Super Bowl. But they just won the Super Bowl, so I got to give my respect. I got to. The 49ers, playoff push. Of course, playoff push. And then the Falcons, buns, garbage, trash. Buns, garbage, trash. I like Bijan Robinson, but that's about it, honestly. Now, I do want to change something, though. I do know they got Josh Allen. But after looking at the list, I think that these 3 teams are by far better than the Bills. I think the Bills are closer to these teams. Tua Tagovailoa is not it. I do like I like that GM that they just brought in, though. I like that for sure. That was a good move right there. But yeah, though, that's it for this vid, y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. I know I really haven't been like locked in the NFL offseason this year. For real. I need to lock back in though, chat. I ain't even gonna fake it.